From an injury standpoint, the only kind of what I said on Monday, the only guy that won't be with us will be Will Hines. He obviously is out for an extended period of time, but everybody else will be back with us throughout the course of the week. I thought our guys locked into the game plan and have had a good Thursday practice. I really thought Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday have been extremely good, focused, and at this time of the year when you go 3-3, after 3 losses, you worry about their mental state or just their ability to kind of stay engaged, and they've been nothing but very, very positive and very, very upbeat about the opportunity to come Saturday. A homecoming game, it's all about Arkansas, one that I think our kids are going to be excited to play, especially with early kickoff. With that, open it up for questions.
Are you deciding to start that Hines as a cornerstone?
Yeah, we'll start Carroll Washington, number 21.
What was the determining factor there?
He's actually had the last 3 or 4 weeks probably remember when I forget which game Jared got hurt in, but that exposed Carroll to a lot of reps that week during practice, and he capitalized on it and has continued to do so. Has done a good job for us on special teams, so excited to see him get out there and play. JC will get in there as well as DJ Dean.
I guess there's a report that Clowney's going to play, but you prepared for him all week like it was, did you?
Yeah, if he starts, then we know where our first play is. So I know that. Depends on what you want to do.
What are your thoughts on Bruce Ellington and their receiver corps? They seem to spread the ball out quite a bit.
They are. They're kind of all similar guys. They are very shifty, very quick, very fast. Do everything very, very well. I think offensively they locked them into their game plan. Obviously, each guy kind of has his own little package that he's featured in, but for the most part, I thought those guys are overall probably one of the most productive groups that we've seen as far as, not just a standout guy, but the group overall, for sure.
Thoughts on going against
Coach Spurrier? I can't, it's kind of one of those things. I remember my first year in coaching, to walk out on the field and shake hands with Joe Paterno, was one of those things that you can't imagine as a child growing up, and being able to be on the same field, let alone competing with him, and fortunate enough to win that game. That was kind of one of those weird moments. Coach Spurrier has been such an icon in our profession for such a long time, and I've had tremendous respect. Don't really know him all that well, but obviously been around him now at a couple different events, and just his way and his approach to life is very engaging. So it's going to be a tremendous, and someone obviously is known for offensive football. It's a tremendous challenge for our coaching staff, and one that I think is one of those things you get into the profession. One of those true benefits that you can never imagine actually until you're there doing it.
Bret, you mentioned last night that you had a relationship with GA.
Magus?
Magus, and I guess called him a couple of times when you had over.
Yeah, going back to my first, we have a mutual friend. His name is Jack Daniels. It sounds like a joke, but Jack is a buddy of mine in the coaching high school profession down in West Palm Beach, Dwyer High School. I've recruited a number of his kids. Jack and GA knew each other from their days at Florida. They both played at Florida, and that's how we mutually met. And then just through the years, have talked to each other. Obviously a little bit. He was a head coach at one point, if I'm not mistaken, might have been one of Coach Spurrier's first quarterbacks at Florida, and that's how he got into the ranks there, and then has been loyal with Coach Spurrier for a long time, and just a genuine good guy that I enjoy spending time with, and a truly good football coach.
Do you like going against, does that kind of fire you up when you know the guy?
You know what? I think it's fun. I've learned this in the coaching profession. You lose a lot more friends in recruiting than you do on Saturdays. And that goes back to my days at Iowa when I first left there, when I left Kansas State to go to Wisconsin, and obviously when I left Wisconsin to come here. You don't really get upset on Saturdays. It's all about the players. It's all about the game. It's all about the execution. In recruiting now, you get involved in things personally. You spend a lot of time. You get to know kids on a personal level, and when you get into he said, she said, and all that stuff, that's when you can lose friendships. And I just I've always really enjoyed going and competing against friends because it's something you can kind of rib each other about the whole year.
I see some other coaches in the league, so they start wearing visors because of Spurrier. I don't know if you normally wore a visor before.
Yeah.
Does your visor ever
No, my visor is strictly premature baldness related, probably more than anything, just to cover the top of the head, and kind of I've never been a hat guy. Never. I mean, if you guys remember that my opening press conference, that wasn't a lie. I just never. I don't wear anything on game day because I don't want to be. I look bad enough and just standing there. I don't need to escalate it by having a visor going one way and a headset on going the other way. So I try to keep it simple. Yeah, I've been told that. Although I keep saying my dad has the same forehead. I've been saying it for 10 years and it hasn't changed. So we'll stay with it.
You mentioned on Monday that you sent a few clips into the office about some.
Jeez, yeah.
What do you generally expect when you get them back, and what's the timetable?
You know, and I didn't mean to make a big deal. I just was speaking the truth. Every year that I was a head coach at Wisconsin, ever since I've been here, every game we've played in, obviously we've only played in 6 games, I would imagine 90% of the world of college football, that's a very, very standard operating procedure that after the game you send in. I send in plays of the opponent, but I also send in plays of us just to get clarification. For me in a new league with a new set of officials, it's really been beneficial. I don't send in I think we sent in 10, if I'm not mistaken, last week. 3 plays of our own and 7 plays of Florida. The week before, it might have been something similar. I remember I was giving Coach Chaney a ration of heat when I was a defensive coordinator at Wisconsin, and we were maybe in the top 20, and they were like number 2 or number 3 at Purdue. We whacked them pretty good, and I think Coach Tiller sent in 84 clips of different fouls, and I always got a kick out of that because I think he probably lost the point after clip 10 of what you're trying to do. So it's moderation is best, and it's been really a good thing for me to get an explanation of what the refs are seeing, how I can be better as a head football coach. I'm not crying, I'm not complaining, and anybody that's insinuating that, I invite him to come and talk to me face to face. It's educational. It's good coaching. I learned it from coaches that were before me, and it's an opportunity for us to all get better.
Do they generally get back to you that week?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yep. And you know, we generally try to on Sunday. I gather them. I ask my offensive, defense coordinators and special teams coordinators to give me the plays that they'd like to be reviewed. I review them, and I give them the answers that I believe. And if I feel that there's any gray area, we'll pass them along. So it's kind of, you can judge. If you win the game, everybody wants to send in 20 plays. If you lose the game, they got about 3 or 4, and it's my job I never go more than 10. It's just always, I just think, at that point, no matter what you see or believe, it's kind of a point of no return.
Last one. How's it work on the passing game this week?
What's that?
Emphasis to passing game. How's it work on that?
You know what? It's been good. We get a heavy dose of that on Wednesdays. Tuesday is first down play action and stuff like that. Wednesdays is red zone and third down. So, you get a little bit more on Wednesdays, and I thought it was really good. Just catching the ball, one of the elementary things that we talked about. I know one of our 3 offensive goals this week is to be more efficient in the passing game. And right away, everybody thinks that goes to throwing and catching. Well, it has a lot to do with protection. It has a lot to do with having someone not in the quarterback's face that's making him throw the ball earlier in a rush. It has to do with the ability for the quarterback to step through a nice window and throw the ball accurately and give the receivers a chance to catch it. So I think there was steady improvement, and excited to see for this Saturday.